What's going on, Internet? IG here again with another In Galactic's opinion. Today... Actually, wait, no, first of all, happy holidays, everybody! Okay, so apart from a bit of a random and convoluted introduction, I'm here today, by the way, I'm back home for the holidays, but I'm here today talking about the tablet picks for the end of the year 2012 or for the holidays. It's kind of close to Christmas, but of course there usually are some pretty good deals right after Christmas. So I'm going to be talking about kind of the best tablet picks for 2012 and 2013. Now also you will have to be aware that I have a bird over there that is going to make some noise every now and again, so we'll do our best to edit it out, but you'll just have to excuse it. So first of all, probably the tablet that everybody's going to go for by default is of course the iPad. The iPad 4th generation. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit about this tablet, especially in comparison with my tablet of choice, at least for what I do anywho, and that would be of course the Google Nexus 7. So I'm going to be talking about my favorite tablet picks, and certainly ones that I have my eye on, depending on budget, and also depending on what your needs are. So let's start it off with the iPad. So to quickly talk about the elephant in the room, which would of course be Apple's tablet. Of course, it's probably one of the most popular. Tablets out there as of right now. The sole biggest reason that that this is the case is mainly because of the applications that are available for the iPad. When it comes to applications, there's really no equal as far as the polish that Apple puts into its applications that it makes for its tablet itself, but then also the huge, vast myriad of applications that are available in Apple's App Store for the iPad specifically. Now, of course, combine that with the fantastic high-resolution display that's on the iPad, and as well as the nice performance, you do have a pretty solid tablet offering. Of course, this comes at an Apple premium, as most of us are aware. That's really why I don't really like Apple devices, in that they are expensive, and also you are locked into one way of doing things, officially. Bubbles? I'm going to tell you to shut up in a minute. So when it comes to finding an app for almost anything in the App Store, it's very easy. iOS itself is very, very user-friendly, very noobish in that you certainly don't have much customization there at all. You're definitely locked into doing things the way that Apple wants you to do them, and if you do want to break the rules or go outside of that, you are going to avoid your warranty, etc., etc. So for those who aren't too technologically savvy, the iPad is a great option. You are going to be shelling out a little bit more cash for the hardware that you are investing in, but the quality of the applications available on the iPad are almost second to none. Starting at $4.99 and working its way up from based on storage and cellular options, then the iPad is a solid choice. Now then, of course, we jump over to the Android camp. Of course, it is worth mentioning the iPad mini, but it's not one of my picks, simply because it has a few caveats which I'm not really comfortable with, aka the screen resolution and also the horsepower of the tablet. So we're going to skip that for right now. So the second category, the ultimate budget tablet, would have to be Google's Nexus 7. Coming in at a price point of around $240, depends on what store you go to. You're going to be able to pick this tablet up for very, very cheap, and it's a very well-built tablet for the price that you're paying. You're also getting Google's latest operating system no matter where you go, and the quad-core processor on this thing, the lovely display, and the very nice build quality of it, and the weighting and the design of it makes it a very nice companion device, perfect for consuming all of your content. You can see my full review of the Google Nexus 7 here, but regardless, it's a fantastic tablet, and it's probably my personal favorite out of all of the tablets that I'm mentioning today. As of right now, the apps available for the Nexus tablets is getting better. It's kind of in a state of improvement at the moment. These Nexus tablets are definitely taking steps to up the quality of the applications available in the Google Play Store, but with the combination of all the Google services that especially I use, such as YouTube, Google Plus, and Gmail, etc., then a Nexus/Android tablet makes perfect sense. The fact that this tablet is light, it's very portable, it's got great battery life, and it's got a lot of great hardware performance there with that quad-core NVIDIA Tegra 3 processor, you're really not going to be left in the cold at all. And that's why, in my opinion, it's much better value than the iPad mini, which Apple offers at about $100 more. And then of course it's going to be worth talking about the Nexus 10, of course the third of my tablet picks for this holiday season. And why am I choosing the Nexus 10? Well, first of all, the screen resolution and the screen that it has on it is pretty much unparalleled in the tablet universe. It's got a very high resolution display. So apps, text and photos are really going to pop on it. The brightness and contrast is also very good, and again the build quality of the tablet as well as how it feels in your hand and how it is weighted is very, very nice for consuming the content that you have in distributed across all of your devices. It's also worth mentioning that it does have a very nice dual-core processor on it, all the connectivity options that you could possibly want, and the camera is not too shabby. Battery life is very solid, and the media performance of it with the front-facing speakers on the edges of the tablet is also very nice, and design-wise it's not going to get easily confused with an iPad. But smart step by Samsung to design that tablet there, considering their legal performances against Apple in the past. Again, with a screen resolution that high, you're kind of posed with a few problems that Apple had when it first introduced the Retina display on the iPad, and that some of the applications might not look entirely at home on such a high resolution. It's getting better and better every week as we speak, so I'd say that it's going to be ironed out very quickly as far as applications being scalable to that resolution. But for applications that are built well with that resolution in mind, it is simply gorgeous to behold. And that's why that's probably my third tablet pick for this holiday season. Coming up in the rear, we have the Asus Transformer Infinity. Now, the Asus Transformer Infinity is probably the most premium of all of these tablets that I'm mentioning. The design is unparalleled. It is the thinnest, lightest tablet available with this build quality in mind. It's a 32 gig storage option. You can get it, of course, with the dockable keyboard, which means that you're going to get fantastic battery life and a relatively full-size keyboard for typing in intense situations. It has a 1920 by 1080p display, so you are going to have a very nice high-resolution display there, and it's super IPS as well. So outside you're going to have great performance as well. It also is probably the most powerful out of all these tablets, and then the quad-core CPU blows everything else out of the water, and also the 8 megapixel camera has a very open aperture as well, which means you're going to get a great sense of depth of field, and you're going to get some pretty above average photos from this tablet. Of course, all these premium features lead to it having a higher price point than all the other tablets mentioned thus far. The iPad 4th generation starting at around $499, the Google Nexus 7 starting at about $239, the Google Nexus 10 starting at $399, and of course then we have the Asus Transformer Infinity, which starts at around $699. If you've got the cash to shell out, then I definitely think the Transformer Infinity is the way to go, because it is pretty much a premium tablet across every playing field. But again, you're also investing in the ecosystem of each tablet, so choose carefully. But I think within those 4 picks, you've got fantastic tablets there. And when it comes to Windows 8, the third player to the tablet game, I can't really recommend any Microsoft or Windows 8 RT tablets at this stage, because the app selection that they have available for the Microsoft tablets like the Surface and the Surface Pro just aren't really strong enough to compete with the offerings from iOS and Android. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, leave what your favorite tablet experience is, favorite tablet apps, any apps that you might want to suggest for me to review in the near future, and you all have happy holidays, and I shall see you again in the very near future. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.